Alright, today we are rocking the classic Power Sword Bulwark build with Intimidating Aura on the fan-favorite mission, Decapitation to purge the Hive Tyrant. Now, this mission is quite fun, one of the better paced missions in the game, and also one of the more entertaining boss fights. Though, they should probably buff the Hive Tyrant's HP at some point in this next patch, because currently, he is pretty weak. I know the Astartes Overhaul buffed his HP a while back for their 12-man raids, and I would like to see something like that in the main game. Maybe not for 12 people, but... Yeah, the Power Swords felt so good since that buff they did the other day. Or, you know, other week. Alright, chat. Your brain. Let's fly up here if we can. Not too many warriors at the moment. Just pop a grenade in here. Usually you find like a grenade up here before you even get down to the next portion, so I usually waste all my frags if I can. Frags don't do a whole lot for you in this game anyways. What a helpful armor boost. See, bomb right there. But like ever since like patch 6.0, they kind of buffed the Synaptic Burst on the Majora's Kill, and I think that's fine. It's just that now, with the amount of warriors you have, Hormigons pretty much don't exist in this game, and there's like an actual warrior in the mix. They just die so quickly to the burst. And when you have like 12 warriors on screen, suddenly what would be like a Minora's Horde just turns into 12 warriors exclusively. Like one of them died or something. I feel like the Synaptic Burst is better on launch personally, because you still have to fight the Hormigons. Also, in lore, Synaptic Burst doesn't always like kill all the units. Like I know in the campaign they had the Hive Tyrant die, and like all the Tyranids just evaporated basically. But in lore, what's supposed to happen is that they're just cut off from the hive mind, they become feral. And planets like Fenris and supposedly Catacan, they do have Tyranids on them, or allegedly Tyranids on them. They're just cut off from the hive mind, and they're like wild animals. So I don't know if they were cooking a saber, maybe it's in lore. These guys are always obnoxious.
We have trampled the chittering parasites.
Power damage is pretty good these days. The block version of this weapon, the Artificer one, has so much damage you can pretty much just chunk off like a third of their HP per power rake. Or like outright one-shot them with two block charges. Maybe in patch 8 you will see bot confrontation though. That would be nice. Because playing with like 24/7 Ultramarine bots, I mean, it's more accurate to the game. It's just they don't even give them their helmets. And no offense to these guys, but all the operations NPCs, or all the operations Battle Brothers, they kind of got hit with the ugly stick compared to like Knight Titus and Chiron. Gadriel in the campaign, because they definitely put more effort into their facial animations, just their models in general. Which makes sense, because they had like a full mocap for them. I don't know if they did that for these guys. Definitely doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, we're just gonna put this down. Ow. There we go. Man, maybe the Hive Tyrant or the Hive Mind shouldn't have sent two Zoan probes completely detached from each other. Probably not an optimal strategy, for being honest. And for those of you who are lore nerds in the comments, you may have noticed I'm wearing what is not exactly a lore accurate Blood Angels outfit, but I think the Blood Angels color scheme is pretty good. And to be honest, being Codex compliant is pretty lame, if you ask me. But the Black Templars are pretty cool. And the Space Wolves when they actually decide to be Vikings, instead of like whatever the hell they are now.
Rally points reached, Lord Akaran.
The Minotaur does not stop explosives to Codex Astartes standards. It's enough to demolish the bridge.
Before the charge. The plant, I should say. Just do a power roll here.
Where shall I plant this flag? This galaxy's the doors.
And I have a suspicion they're going to do another armory expansion at some point here. And give some more weapons to, like, at least the tactical. I think tactical's probably going to get the power sword. And not only is that lore accurate, because tactical is really supposed to have the most of these guys. They are trained with pretty much everything. Outside, like, some like heavy bolter stuff is a little less likely. But power sword fits right in, and honestly the tactical plays the most like Titus in the campaign anyways.
Primed explosives.
It's the same reason they gave the heavy bolt rifle to Heavy, because that's actually in his codex. And for some reason this game launched without having a codex weapon for the Heavy. It's quite strange. Like, you'll see a ton of people on tabletop play with a heavy bolt rifle on their heavies. It's just lore accurate, you know? It's all about that lore, when it actually makes sense in this game. Or in this universe. Jeez, get out of here.
This support is ready for demolition.
I'm just gonna go down here in front of the last ones.
We crush the ravenous brood beneath our feet.
All these snipers today, man. Biovore. Fun. Triple Biovore and a Horde. Pretty easy for our class though. Now imagine if they add like Enraged Extremis, the Enraged Spawn line. I think Enraged Extremis would be a pretty cool thing, as long as they don't have like that ridiculous stagger resist. The heal is kind of okay, but Biovore's healing is pretty toxic. If they do add it to them, they gotta kind of rework Enraged in my opinion. But I hope to see like actual modifiers at some point for this game. They tried once. They tried one time this entire game's life cycle to add in a modifier with tight formation. And they said they wanted to do more. I haven't seen anything like that since. Hopefully they try again, just like a little more thought out. Like I wouldn't mind ones where it's like, okay, like weakened Terminus enemies, weakened Extremis enemies, that kind of thing. So you see more of them. You'd have like, you know, 80 Extremis in the match, where like some of them have less HP. Same thing with like Terminus level enemies. You see like, you know, 5 bosses, maybe like 10 bosses, but some of them are basically like, you know, a normal Extremis in HP. That'd be cool. Dark Tide kind of does something like that. Let's go in.
Charge is wired.
Alright, grab me this.
This support is ready for demolition.
The Hive Tyrant will reach your position shortly. Join the Imperial Guard defenses up on the ridge and lure that Xenos Colossus into the kill zone.
Enemy reserves incoming. Prepare for destruction. Galaxies of dawn.
Let's head on up to the bridge portion. Now, I do kind of hope they add, like... For some of these portions in these maps where you have a defense, they don't like to spawn Extremis on you. Hopefully they change that a little bit. Change the Horde cooldowns. We'll see what they do. Like, I'm very curious to see how the PTS server for patch 8 is going to be. They definitely want to change up the spawns and such. But like really, throwing more Hormigons on the screen isn't going to do a ton, just because of how powerful the Synapse Burst is. So you throw in like, you know, if there were 500 Hormigons on your screen and there's still like 12 warriors, they are all going to die in a giant execute loop. Which is how this game works. Now, 500 Zangors, that would be toxic. I don't think I'd play that. That does sound very fun. But guys. Let's go to the bridge. That portion over there is by far the most annoying in this map. The boss fight, when you're playing this build especially, Hive Tyrant's kind of just a bum. Gets demolished by anything with the armor reinforcement, really. Pretty much gets demolished by everything these days. The only times the Hive Tyrant like seriously kills people, once you figure out his moveset, is when he like frame traps you on the wave. It's like 2 warriors or something. Okay. Where's my Viltrumite captain, maybe?
Astartes! We were not expecting such illustrious...
Oh, it's him. It's the Conquest Marine.
We've got a handle on these
Now, this is a
strikes,
guaranteed
my
stim
lords.
spawn here.
It's the relay that's getting
That's the only one on this map.
The leader beast will cross the
This is a pretty short map
and in
anyway,
short
so
order, die to our tactics.
we got armor boost. How not useful.
Without armor support to tackle a target that big, we may have to bring down the supply bridge.
All elements needed are prepared.
Is this a withdrawal order?
Negative. The objective is the Hive Tyrant, not the bridge. Defend this position until the Tyranid command unit is executed.
Understood, my lord. May the Emperor guide our lasguns to your support. Ready up! Show the Emperor's angels what we are made of! Either they're trying to surround us on the roof.
I'll hit one eventually.
They are at our flank.
Where shall I plant this flag?
I kind of want them all to crawl up. Unfortunately, this game only allows so many Hormagaunts on the screen at once, so a lot of them just pile up down there. You just have to wait.
The Hive Tyrant is on its way.
Now, if this was a different game, you'd be able to let them all come up and then just plant a banner down and kill them all. But there's actually a pretty fat limit on the amount that can come up at once. That's okay. This one's sword.
The ravenous brood.
You have its attention. It is moving to intercept. Apply more pressure. Keep your eyes peeled. The Xenos leader beast will be in visual range shortly.
Waiting for optimal timing.
I've never seen such atrocity.
Give the Hive beast a moment. Detonate the charges now.
Reload. Load up.
I count that amongst my confirmed kills.
Talassa reporting. Xenos leader beast neutralized.
Alright. Now, this final portion can be kind of irritating. If you get, like, a tunnel of 3 biovores. Like, you know, it's a pretty tight area.
All would go feral without the
Down
connection
there.
to the hive mind,
Way down there.
but their focus is still on the relay. Reports confirm the lieutenant's assessment. Enemy cohesion is still in full effect. That
But the
beast is
Bulwark has
not
so much
yet
HP
dead.
and so much damage reduction that really, this class can pretty much survive anything. Even like 15 sport mines in your face. If you have conviction and seal within it. Though right now we aren't really running those.
Target is still struggling.
But if you do go like full damage reduction Bulwark, he's pretty much unkillable. I haven't used Invigorating Icon on this class in months, and really I haven't really seen any difference. Because like HP is valuable in this game, but like on the Bulwark, he's honestly better off just being at low HP sometimes. Just because of how his damage reduction functions. And how the HP works in this game.
Deserts with bonds without support. I'm worried for those who will have to retrieve your gene seed from the thick of the enemy.
Game over. Zoanthorpe. No. Probably a bio board and a bunch of. Oh, never mind. Is that the most efficient way to kill that? Probably not. But hey, we stopped the reinforcements. That probably wouldn't matter too much anyways.
It's an opportunity to finish it off.
It's not that one. Okay.
Thieves borrowed last time. Crush the ravenous brood.
I must have mishit my stim. That's awkward. Didn't even notice.
See nothing to the trickery.
Wonder why I was at full HP. That's what I get for playing with the same default keys in this game. But I'm just too used to it. I don't really care to change all that much. It happens occasionally, maybe like once every 100 games.
Sending fragment.
I can live with it though. Let's just try to power with these guys if we can.
That silence intimidates fire.
Over there and put a banner down, I think. What do I mean? Even if we get like, you know, that's probably like 100 Hormigons there. As long as we have these Majora's guys, they die so quickly. Oh, that was awkward. I died faster than I expected. Okay, our Seal Within is active now. A lot of guys this time. Every now and then, this game is just like, let's just send everybody. Pretty huge discrepancy in how many enemies spawn in this game per match.
One dead zone. Closer to clean.
That weapon of yours is the pride of the
I will say, taking the power sword like a baseball bat to my Norris Horde, that is probably one of the most satisfying things in this game. And this weapon is pretty fun to horde through with. I think it's more fun than, say, like the chainsword is at the moment. Though chainsword definitely feels the most like a baseball bat. This one just has cooler animations, I guess. It's just my opinion, but I think this one's pretty clean.
Caution. It may still attempt to ambush us.
This weapon feels very fluid. Okay, let's go up. I doubt we're gonna get a horde here after all that. Maybe.
Follow me through.
Probably gonna be like a bunch of devourers or something. Maybe a Bramblevine guys.
Talassa report.
I know the director's pretty mean at this portion. Likes to just send a ton of shit at you in this tiny little corridor.
Damn it! Nothing is getting through. We are in the dead zone.
Maintain squad cohesion. Continue pursuit.
Banner, ready to deploy.
These warriors, okay, I can live with that.
For the Imperial command. Crush the ravenous brood.
The Xenos leader bescales the building. Take to the roof.
Oh, this class just demolishes. Lictor's intimidating aura damage is crazy. Could be bully any melee enemy. Alright, let's try to take this guy out of this. Ooh, double shocks? Interesting. Alright, let's go mop up this guy
Going back.
and call it a game. Power Sword versus Hive Tyrant.
Encircle and eliminate.
Now, Intimidating Aura does still work on this boss, despite it being broken on all the other enemies or all the other terminus. It used to work on Hellbreeze and Karn effects, just not after 7.0.
Our banner awaits our first. Listen, amplify our banner. Throwing stun grenades.
Heavy bioactivity from the target. Detecting cyber threat.
Chunk of damage. Just bully this guy with the power sword here. Your power rig damage isn't even bad anymore. It's the crazy part. This weapon used to hit like a noodle. A wet noodle. Honestly, it's horrendous. But now, I've actually kind of chunked him on our basic attacks. Part of that's because this boss needs a huge HP buff, though. There we go. Easy clean. That was an unusual amount of extremis on that map, so I'm kind of curious to see what the scoreboard is here. I think we did quite a bit of melee damage, though. But Intimidating Aura doesn't count for the melee damage, I'm pretty sure, in this game. It's like its own thing. This game's scoreboard is kind of a lie for like player involvement at times. Especially for things like the Melt-A-Gun, which were pretty overpresented. Or overrepresented in damage numbers. Alright, let's take a look though, see what we got. $15 Extremis on that map? That's pretty rare. I've seen 4 on Absolute on this map, so talk about discrepancy. Anyways, guys, that is all for this match. If you like the Power Sword, let me know in the comments below. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.